any questions? If you have, you can ask right now. It's like a discussion, and what we want is constructive suggestions to improve the things further and further. Any comments? If you have, please. Now, yeah, what that professor says, now living standards is concerned in local culture. Actually, education is a free of charge. Health is a free of charge. When you talk the family or a person who get the microfinance, I think the automatically what we get from the government, health and education also part of the living standards. When you develop the correlation between living standard and that, the automatically that the free part, the free mean the person who get the free, not for the government, not for the country, that part also there. You have to eliminate that part. That is what he has asked from you. How do you answer that part?
That because since I have taken the sample into study pre as well as post credit, so I evaluate like even pre-credit, even before they avail themselves for the microfinance facilities, those factors were there. So if they were going to upbring their living standards based on the free education and free health, they had those factors even pre-credit. So if there's an impact for this sample, which I have taken from 2010 to 2012, considering the fact that it takes at least a period of 12 months to increase a thing like living standards. So if with those factors being available pre-credit as well, what I suggest is that if they have a living standard being improved after the disbursement of these facilities, it is because of the microfinance facilities. For the elimination of those basic factors only, I have taken a pre and post study design.
What we can suggest, Mrs. Gunawardena, in today's contest, I think everybody, 60% of our income we spend for education, your family's education, maybe your parents, right? Parents' income is concerned as 100, 60% from your parents' income go for the child's education. This is a truth in Sri Lankan environment. Now, even though your studies is a mathematically correlated, if you can eliminate the free part, right, I feel that there is no relationship. There is no relationship. Now you said there is a standard of living is positively impact, but that impact is a very smaller. If especially I think it's a, maybe I have seen that Pearson correlation around less than 50% most of the cases. Less than 50% most of the cases. If you can eliminate it, it's another study what you can do in the later stage. You have to eliminate it. That means you have to include the mediator effect, middle effect. In the middle effect, you have to include it, that one for the model, and eliminate the free health. Health is another issue. We spend more money in our salaries for the health and education. If you can remove health and education part, I think that definitely you end up with a no impact or something different impact. You can get that. Better when you want to form the hypothesis, the free education and especially for the free health, you can eliminate from the microfinance holders. Then the real impact you can measure whether really their standard of living improving or not. That is the idea I think the Professor Veerakon Banda raised to you. Maybe for the future study, much better if you can think about that.
Thank you, sir.
That's also fine because what he said that you just did the Pearson correlation, but better when you want to talk about the impact, you have to go to the regression. You have to go to the regression. Regression is the best mechanism to check the impact. Am I right, Dr. Jayawardena?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Professor.
No, sir. This is a study which I have done separately. This is not done for the PhD.
But anyway, we congratulate your further studies as well. It's a very good presentation, exceptionally good. You have done a very good data analysis. Only thing, you know, whatever we talk, there is improvement areas. Please do such a things as a constructively. And I think we have to thanks for KDU who brought you here to present your findings. As a summary for the undergraduates who are studying here, what she said, she is going to say that there is a positive relationship between microfinance holders and their standard of living. Now, microfinance holders mean very small poverty line people. They got more than $2 per day income, less than $2 per day income. They are the people we call they are in the poverty line, and they get microfinance loans, the government banks and certain NGOs giving a loans to them. These I just clarifying to the undergraduates who are not here, right? Then when the person, when the family get the microfinance loan, she's arguing that when the family get loans, their standard of living is increasing. Their standard of living increasing. That's what she come up with her own findings. It's interesting, but one thing she has forgot about that education and health is still in Sri Lanka free, right? If you can think about that one, maybe it can be a different issues coming. Thank you again.